think a big part of me having a brand was really forming my own self-identity. In that process, it was really realizing how much my Chinese roots affected my everyday life. Hey, welcome!
What's up, Chel?
Hi, I'm Chelsea Mack, and I'm a fashion designer. I have a clothing label called Chelsea Mack here in Los Angeles. Wow! Wow! I think I'll do the milk tea. I'll do the matcha. Want to try it? It's from Woon. Just cleansing her palate. I think Chelsea Mack is just really truly an expression of myself, what I'm inspired by, and how I've blended these old world silk taffetas and shantungs into a laid back LA lifestyle. Okay, so Nico, we're gonna have a tea party, okay?
Oh my gosh, you're so cute, Nico.
Here, let's have some tea and cake. Here you go. So I basically split my time 50-50 from here in my downtown studio. This is where I do all my designing. I was working for other brands for many years designing. I never thought I wanted to start my own line, but all of a sudden one year, I just could not stop thinking about what my label would look like or what my life would look like. This is the Chelsea Mack ribbon that is used as the main labels. Honestly, I didn't put that much thought into it. It was just sort of like, this green is cool, can you print my name on it? And it's what I've been using for the last 8 years. But I think there's something kind of punk rock about the way Woon and Chelsea Mack have handled our businesses. And it's just kind of like, do it yourself, let's get it done. Very organic. My whole brand was started because I would go to Shanghai with my mom when she was doing business there growing up. And in her downtime, we would go to the fabric markets and make clothes with the tailors. So when I started my brand, that just felt like a natural way to start. And I came across these like deadstock silk shantungs and taffetas. And at the time, no other clothing brand was really using them. It was really like fabrics that you would see in like the world of interiors or like in 18th century paintings. It always starts by looking through all my silk shantung and taffeta swatches, sort of like building out the color palette using the swatches, and then images from what I'm inspired by from museum catalogs and old movies. And then I'm always vintage shopping and on the hunt for pieces that inspire me. Over the course of a couple months, it just keeps changing. I just keep editing it. It's very intuitive. You just kind of like keep editing it until it feels right. This is sort of what I start with every season. It's just like a pile of silk, and I just keep narrowing down until I find something I like. The inspiration behind the brand, I think there's like a big juxtaposition between like old world and buttoned up and like the old lady who like does high tea at the Peninsula Hotel and like the Chinese butcher that's walking out of the butcher shop in Hong Kong. I love looking to like old movies or like vintage. Yeah, this is screen grabs. I'm working on a resort capsule right now, and a few months ago I was just watching 4 Weddings and a Funeral with Hugh Grant, which is like a classic. And I just was obsessed with everyone's outfit in the movie, so I just kept taking screen grabs. There were like 80s taffeta bridesmaid dresses. There were very like 90s-esque tailoring. Everyone was just so chic in the movie. These are some patterns we just made for the new collection. I used to travel to Shanghai twice a year, but ever since COVID, I've started working with more pattern makers locally.
Look my feet. Look my feet.
Come on in. Oh, this is my studio. This is where we have appointments. This is the newest collection that just hit stores like a week ago. Some of my core collection. I get a lot of private appointments for girls wanting to wear Chelsea Mac for their weddings. So this is kind of where it happens. Being born in the 80s, those are the vintage samples that I gravitate towards. I think silk taffetas are very 80s. There is definitely a Chinese heritage component to Chelsea Mac. It finds itself in there. I think sometimes I'll be looking at like old Chinese furniture for style lines and inspiration. The fabrics, obviously, silk shantung is only made in China. Even like silk taffetas and dupioni, these were fabrics that were made in China a long time ago that were imported to Europe. This is a photograph by Jerry Sue, who's a skater. I think I got it around the same time I started the brand. I feel like the attitude really embodies the brand. Yeah, I don't like to be so precious with things. I also love looking at like museum catalogs. There's a bookstore in Atwater called Alias. Have you been to Alias? It's awesome. I feel like he has like the best curation, but I always pick up like a book there. So I love Joan Mitchell. She's an American painter. They just remind me a lot of the plaids I'm using for next season. I love party photos. I feel like there's such a vibe. More party photos. This is from the 80s rock scene in Madrid. I just love seeing how people dressed back then and reinterpreting that. Keegan and I went to high school together. We were friends all throughout our 20s, and we kind of started our brands or businesses around the same time. I think you started yours a year later. I think the parallels for me is how much it's a reflection of ourselves. You know, me through clothes and Keegan through food. We didn't set out to make a statement about being Chinese American. Both brands are so much tied to our personal identities that's what's reflected. Chelsea Mac has definitely evolved since having a child. You know, I'm a little older now. I'm not going to Zebulon all the time. I'm not having martinis at Tex all the time. I think the clothing is a little more child-friendly, a lot more cotton, a lot more pieces that you can throw in the wash because I have a 2-year-old. It's interesting how both of our brands have evolved to fit our families.